Come in at night, let's spark a light and see where it leads. Just you.
The pictures from the wedding have already spread on the internet. Fans look surprised, and why not? They got the best surprise from their favorite idol. She smiled and looked up from where Jungkook was coming down. He looked tired, and why not? From the past few days, it was hectic and everyone was busy in the preparations for marriage, but it finally ended. Good morning, son. How was your night? Jungkook looked at her but then ignored before walking in the living room. His grandmother laughed a little. My baby is shy. Of course they have had a wonderful night. Jungkook looked at her. Grandma, please don't start now. She laughed. Okay, but where is Ryan? Is she sleeping? Jungkook looked annoyed even by hearing all this. What happened, Jungkook? You were looking tense. No, Mom, I'm happy. In fact, I've never been this much happy in my whole life, he said sarcastically while they all looked at each other in confusion, trying to understand why he's in such a bad mood. Look, Ryan is here. Good morning, dear. You smiled a little and came downstairs before greeting both the elders. Good morning, Grandma. Good morning, Mom. Mrs. John walked near you and hugged. Good morning, dear. Did you sleep well? You were trying your best to maintain the smile. You looked at Jungkook and your heart breaks when he looks away. Yes, Mom. I can understand that it is hard to adjust in a new place, but soon you will get used to it. It's your home now. You smiled and nodded. Jungkook started to walk away, but Mrs. John stopped him. Are you already leaving, son? Yes, I have some work. But at least eat your breakfast. It's ready. He turned towards them when his eyes met yours. I'm in a hurry. He looked at you last time and walked away. Mrs. John could see the tension between you both, so she tried to divert your mind. Did you see the newspaper, dear? Your wedding pictures are all over the internet. She showed you the newspaper. This was the best marriage of this year. People would never forget. You forced a smile and looked at the pictures of you and Jungkook standing together. This marriage was a little complicated. It wasn't a love marriage, but you always liked Jungkook. He's a very famous actor and you have known him since childhood, even though both the families know each other well. Jungkook never had those kind of feelings for you and he still doesn't. He was just forced in this marriage and you couldn't help it too. After the marriage, he didn't talk to you and now you feel like you have done bad to him by not saying no to the marriage, and you thought now he hates you and your friendship also ruined. You are a daughter of a very famous and successful businessman but was never been in public eyes like how Jungkook's life is. You don't even know whether people will accept you to be with him because you think you are not that beautiful. You came in your room and started looking at photos online. Some are supporting you, they are happy for their idol to find his true love, which was obviously not true, but some were commenting mean things. They comment on the way you look and how he's so gorgeous but you are a plus size woman. Although you are used to hearing all that, but now it kind of hurts you. Jungkook was sitting in his room, his life turned upside down in just a few days. Unwillingly, he had to marry you just for the respect of your and his father. Although he knows you since childhood, but he never really thought of marrying you in the future. He was not in his mind, not in the power to think of anything. Hating you would be the most stupid thing he would do because it was an arranged marriage and he doesn't blame you for that. It was a family planning. It's not like you forced him, but it was taking him time to accept that he's now married to a girl who he only thinks of as a friend. You guys don't even know each other that much. Just a few encounters here and there in family gatherings. He doesn't even know that you are one of his fans. His eyes fell on a newspaper where his marriage displayed as the biggest headline, and everyone is just talking about that only. He is getting so many messages from fans. His manager was handling with them. He also came across those comments where they were commenting on your body and the way you look. That's why he didn't even look at any of the pictures online. He sat down straight when his mom came in. "Hello mom, why are you sitting alone in the room, son?" "I just want to relax, mom." She nodded and sat on the bed beside him. "Jungkook, are you not happy with this marriage?" There was silence for some time before he spoke. "Are you really asking me that, mom?" She lowered her eyes and nodded. "I know you only did this marriage for your father. You didn't able to deny them, but will you be like this, son?" Ryan, that girl seems upset too, but she's still trying to adjust. You had no other woman in your life. You and Ryan know each other. What's the problem in giving it a try? Jungkook looked at her in disbelief. "For real, mom? I know you are mad at us, but Jungkook, please think about what I'm saying. She's perfect for you. Try to give it a chance." "She loves you." Jungkook's heart skipped a beat when she said that. He looked at her while she nodded. "Yes, Jungkook, I can see that in her eyes." "Mom, I don't want to talk about it. Please, I want to rest alone." She got up and nodded. "Okay, but come for dinner. We'll wait." He nodded while she walked away before he closed the door and rubbed his face. He had no idea what to do. Jungkook came downstairs where everyone was already waiting for him at the dinner table. Jungkook's eyes fell on you, who was sitting beside his mother, and there was an empty seat beside you. He saw you smiling and getting along with his family well. It's been a week to your marriage and he has taken a break from his work but still have to attend some events here and there. He want to relax some time until everything is settled down, but still the media caught you and him wherever they spot you guys together. There are news headlines where people are raising doubts like why you guys didn't go to honeymoon yet, or is there any problem in this marriage because it happened all of a sudden. He came out of his thoughts when his mother called him. "Jungkook is here as well. Come here, son." He walked towards the table and your eyes met again, but this time he didn't look away. You are the one who looked down. Today it's your and Maya's favorite. She has started to look weak in just a week. There's nothing like that, Grandma. Yes, it is. I don't want your parents to think that we are not taking care of you well. You are their only treasure and now the respect of our family. You smiled while Mrs. John looked at you. You were right, Mom. She didn't join us for breakfast and lunch these days. Jungkook looked at you. He also noticed that you look a little different these days. It's not like how you all are thinking. I eat at work and I'm fine. You and Jungkook don't listen to anyone. You didn't even take break after marriage. People will think differently. You guys should plan your honeymoon instead of working. You looked at Jungkook. It's okay, we don't want to make you both feel uncomfortable. Let's eat. They all decided to eat. It's true that you have started avoiding food because nowadays paparazzi capture your pictures from everywhere and you don't want them to scrutinize everything you eat or every part of you. They all started eating, but Jungkook noticed that you were just moving the food around but doesn't have any bite of it. Ryan, why aren't you eating, dear? Don't you like the food? I thought you loved. No, mom, it is good. I'm eating. She smiled and nodded while you took a few bites to show them that you are eating, but Jungkook was noticing everything. Children, me and mom are going to the other house because we have some work, so you guys will be okay, right? You looked at her. You felt nervous to be left alone with Jungkook, but to your surprise, he nodded without questioning. Of course they would be okay. I think we disturbed them by staying here. We should leave them alone so they can start their life without hesitation. You felt their cheeks turning pink. Jungkook got up. Okay, we also have to attend an event tomorrow. They all looked at him. You and Ryan? He nodded while they smiled. That's amazing. I hope you guys have a great time. She also got up and hugged you. Now we are leaving so you guys can rest. Good night. You nodded. Good night to you too, mom. Enjoy, my babies. She hugged both of you together. Your hands touched and you felt goosebumps. Good night, Grandma. You were not understanding why and how Jungkook was talking so normally and was completely chill. There was a huge change in his behavior. After the dinner, they both left, and now it's only you and him left in the house. You thought you would feel nervous, but nothing like that happened. He was busy in some work, and you spent the night looking at the pictures and articles published online. Now you also started to feel a little insecure because they were literally body shaming you. There were so many comments online where fans were saying how their favorite actor doesn't deserve such women. You looked towards the door when it unlocked and Jungkook came inside. I'm going to sleep. If you need anything, then call me. Good night. You nodded. You weren't really expecting him to come to check on you and say goodnight, but he just came to see whether you are okay or not. Thanks, good night. You know it was a small gesture and maybe he didn't say it the way you were thinking, but it made you smile. You closed the door and sat on the bed, not even realizing that you were smiling all the time. You really like him a lot and every small gesture from him make you even fall for him more. But these comments really upset your mood. You started to feel like you should change the way you look. You don't want people to question him or for his choice or make him feel insecure. Turning the lights off, you finally decided to sleep. After getting ready, you came downstairs. Jungkook prepared food by himself because you cannot see any maids and servants. It's his favorite hobby and you were surprised to see that he cooked for you. He was expecting you to join him at the breakfast table. You did, but you were not eating and Jungkook noticed that. You didn't eat anything last night also. Are you not liking the food here? He said, making you look at him. No, everything is fine. Thank you so much for making it. You paused while he raised his eyebrow. You what? You were nervous but decided to be honest with him. We have to go out to an event today, right? He nodded. So what? You looked down playing with the spoon. I'd rather not look like I ate extra with how everyone cares so much. He frowned. Who are you talking about? You looked at him. Well, you know they write stuff. It doesn't matter anyways. You don't care. His eyes grow before he walks over to you slow and takes the spoon from you so he can scoop up some of the food. Your heart was pounding. Open. He literally didn't think of anything and directly ordered you to open your mouth as if you are a happy couple for years. What? You open your mouth to say something, but he promptly feeds you. You will eat and will never starve yourself. You nodded, and it was wonderful too that you don't hide your enjoyment of it by making a small noise because the food was delicious for real, and the fact that he cooked it made it more special. He sat down while you started eating. He watched you the whole time, and you didn't feel shy because he was making you comfortable around him, and it was a good sign. You started to see hope in this relationship. It matters. I care. You stopped chewing and looked at him. It was surprising as well as it felt so unreal. You were not expecting these words from him. Why would you even change anything about yourself for them? You are perfect the way you are. Your expressions were saying everything. Now he was ready to make this marriage work. He wanted to see how it feels like falling in love from the start. He has acted in so many movies, but he never really fell in love with anyone, and now he wants to experience love. He didn't want to hurt you either because he might have not loved you, but he cares about you, and now that you are his wife, it matters to him. I know it would take both of us some time to adjust, but we have to accept that we are married just like everyone. Your heart skipped a beat with joy. You wanted to tell him that you already love him. But I already loved you from the start. He felt that same heartbeat that he always told to act in every movies. He was actually feeling all that with you. I know this marriage was not something you want, but we are married now and you like me. Nothing can be more good. We both have accepted and you are mine, just how I want you. So no need to starve yourself or care about anything, okay? You were controlling your tears because you don't want your makeup to ruin, but you were so happy. Finally, he wants to make this marriage work and now he's ready as well. Later that day, you both go to the event where your fans wanted to see you both together and wanted to interview, so now here you are in the spotlight that you are not used to. Everyone was congratulating both of you. In the middle of the interview, Jungkook turned towards everyone and said, I want to thank you all for your love and well wishes. I know this marriage happened suddenly and I didn't get the time to inform, but isn't my wife beautiful? You looked at him surprised. Jungkook looked at you and smiled. She's absolutely stunning and she's mine. The way everyone started cheering and clapping, you never imagined to experience this day, but now everything was fine and good. You finally got his love and you gave him yours.